again. Isn't it lovely that spring is finally here? May is one of my favourite months because we can look forward to fresh produce and say goodbye to cabbages and the winter greens. It's also the month when the hens start laying properly. Aren't these ladies lovely? This is a Boven Brown, and this is an Inkworth. And here they are, all slightly warm and fresh. But we can't cook them out here, so we best get back to the kitchen. I'm going to make my favourite egg recipe, pancakes. Very simple, and surely everyone loves them. But before I do that, I thought I might talk to you about how important fresh eggs are. This is one you saw me collecting earlier. And this egg, well, it's quite old. I think it's been hanging around for at least 2 weeks, if not longer. Now this one is still nice and plump, very fresh. This one has started to disintegrate and it's not holding together as well as the fresh one. And if you were to use this, say in making poached eggs, and poured it into boiling water, it would just disintegrate. And that would be the case whatever you used it for. Old eggs just aren't as good. I might use this for, I don't know, making custard if I wasn't using custard powder, or if I'm here on my own, scrambling it for scrambled eggs. Always try and use fresh eggs if you can. And just to make sure, each time I always crack an egg into a little basin so I can have a look at it and a little smell. If you have a fridge, then don't put them in there. It won't keep them any fresher. Well, unless it was really, really hot. But eggs will take on any smell that you already have in the fridge. And nobody wants eggs smelling of kippers. I think this one will do all right for this recipe though. Waste not, want not. It's a very simple recipe. 2 eggs, a pint of milk, half a pound of flour, and a pinch of salt. It's exactly the same batter as you'd make for Yorkshire puddings or for toad in the hole. You could, if you wanted, add lemon or orange zest, or maybe even a little bit of spice. All I'm going to do is to mix all of the ingredients together. I'm going to add a little milk to make a paste. And then the rest of the milk and the eggs. And you need to whisk it to make sure there are no lumps. I know that I'm very fortunate in that I can get my eggs from the farm, or my sister, she has hens, or even the market. And so I know they're nice and fresh. There are some who can get them very easily from the farms where the hens are kept in cages. I don't like the idea of that. Well, hens have quite a lot of character, and I don't like to think of them trapped in their cages. And those farms really smell. That's enough to put you off your breakfast. But I do appreciate that those eggs from the battery farms, they are much cheaper, so some might not be able to afford fresh eggs. And it does mean you can get eggs all the year round. I just don't like the idea of them. And I'm sure it makes a difference. That's why I like making my own cakes, because I know where the ingredients have come from. There. Now, I'm going to let that rest for about half an hour. That's important. So I'll go and take the eggs somewhere cooler. The secret to making pancakes is to not be frightened of the batter and to control the heat. I learnt to cook on a solid fuel range. And then the only way to control the heat was to lift the pan up. I still do the same, even on my electric hob. I fry in butter, of course. I make it and I prefer it. But you could use lard or oil, but not salad oil. It's too expensive and it doesn't taste right. There, and once your fat is hot enough, now you can add your batter. And keep moving the pan around to spread out the mix. While it heats up. Don't worry if the first time you haven't got the right amount. You can always have another go on the second. Once one side is cooked, then you need to carefully turn it over to cook the other side. Some people like to loosen it and then flip it, but I think that's showing off. I'm quite happy using a spatula and then very carefully turning it over. You can use your fingertips to check the texture. And once it's done, you can put it on a plate, pop it in the oven to keep it warm. And then make some more. Here are my pancakes. Now, when I worked at Abbott's Hall, they would be served like this, with sugar and lemon in between, or maybe honey, and then they'd be sliced up like a cake. But I think that's a bit excessive for a small house like this. Pops always likes his with bacon, so I'm going to put some aside to reheat later. And the rest I'm going to sprinkle with sugar and roll up. Don't they look lovely? Some people only eat pancakes once a year, on Shrove Tuesday, Pancake Day. But I think that's such a waste. Pancakes are easy, versatile and very economical, and should be eaten more than once a year. Certainly before the war, pancakes weren't a one day of the year kind of thing, especially at this time of year in May when we have plenty of eggs. This is my first one, and the first one is never as good as the rest. I might try it just now. Warm and sweet. I think people forget about pancakes. I hope I've reminded you.